Okay, Frank. Well, lovely to chat with you again. How long have you been a member now?
I think it's the 4th year now.
4th year.
I'm not sure. It should be. 18, 17, I think.
Yeah.
Time is running fast and Corona is shifting all the time. So I'm not really sure, but it's about that. So we just, I'm a few years I'm now a member.
Now, in terms of giving money to the church or to charities, there's a different setup in Germany, isn't there, about a church tax? Perhaps just tell us about that.
Yeah, it's the system. It sounds weird, church tax, but it's not church tax. It's a taxation of the members. Like if you are on a roll in the Anglican Church in England, or I don't know the Scottish system, if the church would say it's a special amount of money you have to pay, they call it tax in Germany. So it's more or less a double taxation. You've got a state taxation for your income tax and stuff, and the churches is just using the system of the state for raising the money they need for the church. And they say 9% of your income tax rate you pay to the state, 9%. So in my case, it's, I think, 1,800 euros. 9% of it you have to pay to the church.
Wow.
And this is, the state is just collecting it, and they're getting money from the church to get it. It's just like a service. You have to pay for it.
And the money goes to different denominations.
No, it goes exactly to my church. So all the big churches have got the right of taxation, of own taxation, their members. And they asked me, and the State Department for the tax office, they asked me which denomination I am, and I say Church of Westphalia, for example, like my church, and they put it in. And so my tax money is going to the church, and they collect all the money from all church members of this area, this church, like you have this Church of Scotland, and they distributed then the money back to the parish churches, which is a quite stable system, and it's different to the British system because rich parish churches won't get more money than poor parish churches. It's just per head. The money is just distributed per head, so it's quite good for the smaller parish churches and the poorer parts of the country. Get relatively more money.
Is it a controversial system?
It's just no, it's not. It's in a way it's old-fashioned because it is a link to this near to the state, so it's quite this state this church system, which is actually not there, but it seems to be. So they try to get it more in a way like in Scotland and England.
Right. Well, we better bring things a little closer to home. Do you want to tell us a bit about how you've been accounting as a member, who you've been accounting to?
Yeah, we're in Germany. It's not so there are not so many people in Germany members of the Iona family group, so Iona community, and so we try to get in contact to the next members. And my next member is Karen, she's only 50 kilometers away. So we met 2 weeks ago, and we spoke about our financial situation and our time situation, which is sometimes more difficult to explain. And we're counting to each other. So, and we asked our family group, but they are not interested to do it together with us. And
because in your family group, there are many of them will be associates.
Yeah, there are 3 associates and 2 members. So it's quite a new group and a small group. And in Germany, it's a big thing about money. So you don't tell people what you are earning. so it's a big secret, and no one should know what you are paying on tax and something.
It's
so
not
in Germany,
just Germany, Frank. It's not just Germany.
yeah, it's always a weird situation if you speak about it. I remember when I did some lectures about Iona Community in Germany, and the first question is always, you have to say what you are earning all the day, all the year, and this is a big thing.
So you accounted with Karin this year.
Yeah.
Who have you accounted with before? Different people?
Yeah, the year before we did it all together on Skype. It was not so really good, but depended on all this Corona stuff. So we had no platform for all the older members.
Mm-hmm.
And the year before it was Rolf Bielefeld in Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite far away, so it's 300 kilometers. We thought it's easier to do it just around the corner. And Karen is a minister too, so it's more or less the same situation. So we know the context of each other, so it's not so difficult to explain how we live, and so sometimes it's easier if people understand your situation.
In our family group, when you say how much you earn and how much you've given, there's not much discussion, Frank. It all goes a bit quiet. What's it like over in Germany? Do people chat about what each other are spending a bit more?
No, it's the same. It's more or less the same. I think money is a thing you're not talking about. Maybe it's later on, I don't know. But it's more or less, we all know that's not so usual to think about it. Mm-hmm. And then you recognize that it's not so easy to say what's your income and what's your free money you can spend for things, because if you never think about it, it's quite difficult to say how much money I get and what I need for the children, maybe, or my wife is doing fundraising teaching, so she's learning it, and so then you need extra money this year, so you have to think about it. And normally just money is just rushing through if you got enough of it, and this is quite interesting to think about it. And I think it's the most important thing is to understand that everyone has different situation. So I earn about 100,000 euros a year together with my wife. It's quite good and a lot of money. And so the half is mine, 50,000, and then you see all the money is going out. I said before that German ministers get high salary, but they have to pay for the house and they have to do all their costs on their own, insurance and stuff, and even work stuff sometimes. So you have to see what are the costs of the year, and you have to put it down and filter it, and to see that you can't spend the money of your wife if she's not member. That's very it's very necessary to think about it, because not everyone wants to do it. So it's a very free thing, and this is a very costly thing to do it for your own at first. If both partners in a marriage are happy with it, then it's okay. But I think most people have got the problem that they have to share it with someone, or they share their income, their rent and anything. So they have to clear it. What's my part? What's your part? Where are your extra problems? Maybe you have to be in solidarity to raise the children of your partner. So that can be, maybe it's not 50-50, it's more 70-30, and you are the stronger one. You can give money for your partner because she's raised. So every situation is quite different, and it's not like just mathematics, all in the pot, half, and then persons, and so. It's more about thinking about your life. What's happening there? What are you doing with your money? And the same is with time. For me, it's very difficult to think about time, because I'm just rushing through, doing a lot of stuff, and I'm not thinking about having a pause or doing holidays or something. So I think
I have a question, Frank. Here we, like you, we work out our expenses, and then we give at least the 10% to the Iona Community and other charities. We don't always talk about what we do with the other 90%.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen in your groups?
With Karen, I spoke about, because she's in a different situation. Her children are younger, and she's got a lot of problem with her younger son, actually.
Yeah.
And so she's in a different way, but they've got double income too, so they have to find out what they can give, and they have got different situations. They've got an own house, and so this is it depends on your life. So you have to see the whole life of someone, and it's not. I think the main thing about accounting is not that I'm there for proving her money, her income, her whole stuff. It's more or less I do it for my situation, and I recognize my own money I've got and my abilities to do something with it. And she's helping me that I am doing it for me. So it's not like she's judging me or I am judging her. This is very important, I think, for the membership, that it would be very German to think it in a different way, to have you're accounting now, so tell me what you're earning. So, but this is not fun, and it's not good for us, because you feel always depressed. It's like being judged all the time, and it's not about judgment. It's about seeing that you got a lot of gifts that you can give away if you like. And a free gift is costly, but it's if I have to give it, it's bad. So this is the main thing against taxation of the churches, the church tax, that the money is just taken away. So it feels like someone is robbing you, but on the other hand, it's just giving, and it should be feeling like giving, and it should be feel like giving. And
so when you have gone through the accounting process, how has it made you feel then, Frank?
On one half of my brain, I feel happy. So it's like, okay, it's got done. And I must confess, I always feel guilty, because you think it could be more. Every time you think it could be more, and if you give more, then you think, oh, what will my wife say about it? So you always it's a mixture, because I think we're all trained to do our best and to give out, to have rankings in our heads, what's good, what's bad. So so this is the main thing about it. Every year I'm training a little bit more, that being relaxed about it is the best thing. In front of before I do accounting. And if I do the accounting in this relaxed way, then I feel that it's a great fun to see that you've got so much in life, and you can give things away. And it's better than this taxation system. So accounting shouldn't be a taxation. It should be the surprise to see, oh, there's so much, and you just can do something good with it. And needn't be Iona Community, could be something else too, but this is the main thing about it.
Right. Well, that's a lovely point to finish, I think, Frank. That's great.
I hope my English is good enough to understand.
It's been splendid. Splendid.